Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, I'm starting on the court. My buddy, Matt, the backhand, said, hey, I got a good video for you. I want to star in it, and it's going to be the best video you've ever done. I'm going to be like, okay, you're on. Stay tuned. All right, on the court, my man Matt the backhand with me today. He said, I watch you guys all the time, and I got a video for you, but I'm going to tell you the proper way to do a racket review. So I said, let's go. What's your subject? He's like, I got a decade's worth of my rackets, Vcore Pros, 97s, in the 330 stand weights. 4 generations right here. I want to do a review on these and say which one is the best. Mr. Backhand, talk to me a little bit about why you want to do this video.
Well, Harry, after begging me for years to lend my reviewing talents to your immaculate YouTube channel, I finally agreed. I was inspired by the newest generation of the Yonex Vcore. Look at this in its amazing 80s decal. And in fact, that might be what I like most about it. I'm a huge fan of the 80s. Then this thing screams Miami Vice all over it. All these rackets are strung with Gamma Ocho, strung at like 45. Is that right, Harry?
That is correct.
He does the string. Actually, Joanna's the one I try to get to do the stringing, but he takes credit for it.
The master.
And yeah, I just wanted to take you guys back to the future, to a decade of the Vcore Stan Wawrinka model. So here we go with 2012. I think this is the year that Stan won the French Open.
I think you're right.
I think so, yeah. So this thing it looks beast-like and hideous now. But you have to remember what it was like back then. You had the Wilson 95. Everyone used that. Federer, I still believe, was on the classic Pro Staff model. And then there was this thing, right? So it's a little more sleek than the Wilson. That's what I like about it, the sleekness. It's got a dense string pattern. We can see here. It's a bit thick, you know. I'd say it's weighted evenly, not more in the handle or more in the head. You know, I liked this thing a lot when it came out, but...
I'll hold that for you.
Okay.
So what Backhand's talking about is it's 16 by 20. Remember that extra cross at the top with a shared hole. 2 shared holes at the top, 1 shared hole on the bottom. Okay? This was 2012, 2014 version.
2014, they came out with this sleek magic wand. Look at it. This was a lovely racket. They sparsified the string pattern. I don't know if that's the right term.
That'll work. They opened it up.
And they made the base and the frame a little thinner. And so it really fit my strokes. Well, I found it very maneuverable. It kind of just swings itself a little more. As you can see, I use this thing so much, I kind of ground through the frame. That's how much I love this racket. So yeah, I wanted to wear this thing out for the full 2 years. Then they replaced that in 2016 with this green bad boy.
Let's back up for 1 second. I actually love this color like everybody else did too.
The color's great.
Right? This is my favorite color of all
Something
of these.
about that blue.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Proceed.
Yeah, they went to this sort of golf-like green color, green and yellow. It's really similar to the other one. I feel like they made it ever slightly thicker, which I didn't quite like as much. But, you know, I still liked it a lot. I used it. As you can see, I also ground through this guy. It's still my number 2. It has pretty much the same form factor. A friend commented that maybe a couple miles an hour came off of my epic backhand shot with this as opposed to the blue. But, you know, still a fan. And now, 2021, Back to the Future, Miami Vice model. Love this thing. they went a different way. Look, it's clearly thicker. It gets a lot more oomph on it. It helps me with my volleys. It's got a little more stability. And so it's doing something slightly different. Right? I get more power, feels a little less maneuverable, but I'm getting something back from it. No, it's not the Wilson profile of the 1992, but it's kind of more in that direction, which I kind of like, to be honest.
All right, so we got 4 generations here. Now, obviously, the blue one is your favorite.
I'd say still, it's between the blue one and the new one.
The blue one and the new one. Okay, yeah. So yeah. These two, not Backhand's favorite. Let's hold these two. So, before you bought it, I told you what was going on with it. They increased the length of the throat.
Yep.
Therefore, for more flex.
Yep.
They thickened up the beam to compensate for the power. Now, do you feel that?
I do feel more power, especially on my forehand and on my volley.
Okay. So let's say if all 4 of these were at your disposal and you had to go play a match,
yep,
which weapon would you choose?
I would choose this one.
Really?
I've really gotten to like it. It gives me the oomph. It gives me extra power. And I'm adjusting to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had it for literally 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
So it was an easy adjustment.
Not too hard. I'd say the first 2 times I hit with it, I had maybe a slightly negative impression of it. 3rd time, I fell in love.
Really?
Yep.
3rd date. Okay.
3rd date is the charm.
3rd date is the charm.
With Back to the Future Miami Vice.
I remember with this racket, you kind of complained for a while. More like 4 or 5 to 6 dates.
I never liked that as much as this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the winner of all the Stan rackets is the newest version, according to Mr. Backhand here.
I have to say yes. Now that I think about it,
okay,
it's true. I prefer the current Vcore Stan Wawrinka weighted model. That's 330.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add?
No. Just get out there and hit those one-handed backhands. Stop hitting two-handed backhands.
I know. Be like the backhand and hit more backhands. So my nickname for this guy is Backhand because everybody asks me, why do you call him Backhand? Like, have you seen his backhand?
Because it's so good, right?
Well, after 10 years, it finally got good. But everybody was telling you how to hit your backhand, but that's why I nicknamed him Backhand, because his backhand was so weird.
What?
It was all arms. It was like, this is Backhand's backhand. Ta-da!
You tricked me.
But now he's finally getting his weight, his shoulders, and his hips into it. So the backhand finally came around.
I earned my name.
After 1,000 people told you to hit it right, you finally figured it out yourself. This guy's a crazy genius, and he finally figured it out.
But it's a finite number.
Thank you, Matt Backhand, for joining me on the show today.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Joanna.
Do you have an Instagram handle or anything that you would like to share?
I don't have an Instagram. No, I'm too 1980s for that.
Okay, all right. If you want to contact Matt, you're going to have to write him a letter because that's before email. Okay. Again, thank you, Backhand, guys.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.